What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. I don't know how excited or disappointed we're about to be, but all I hear is, too much DM, too much Duel Masters, where's my GX, where's my 5Ds? Even though people recently were complaining about all the hero releases between Legendary Duelist 5 and 6, and then you have heroes being pushed over in Toon Chaos. I started to hear too much GX, and now I hear not enough. Yeah, we come and go in waves, and we can't please everybody. But the cover for this new set, Dawn of Majesty, is like this evolved Stardust Dragon that just looks crazy, and I also saw like a little miniature Stardust. That's what I always thought Debris Dragon was. Let's just go ahead and get into this and read these and see how they are, and then kind of say our thoughts. This should be our next core set after Lightning Overdrive. We have Wish Covering Dragon, a light dragon tuner effect, level 1, 0/0. You can only special summon Wish Covering Dragon once per turn. Cannot be used as Syncro material except for the Syncro summon of a Majestic monster. Wow, that's something I haven't heard in a while. This card's name becomes Majestic Dragon while on the field or graveyard. That used to sell to buy list pretty well. When you draw this card, you can reveal it, special summon it from your hand, then if you control a level 8 or higher Dragon Syncro monster, you can special summon one level 1 Dragon monster from your deck. Oh, no restriction to Syncro summoning is what I'm reading here. Oh man, so it limits itself where it can go as a Syncro material, but it itself doesn't stop you into Syncro summon only and then summons a level 1 dragon. Oh my gosh. Dragon Link might have a little bit of a field day with this if I'm reading everything right. Alright, let's get to the next card. I saw this one. I posted this one on Twitter. I have not read it, though. This is the one I was referencing. I always thought Debris Dragon had this job. Stardust Syncron. That's a Syncron by name? Dude, that's awesome. Alright. Light Machine Tuner effect. This is a machine? Whoa. Level 4, 1500/1000. You can only use this card's first and second effects once per turn each. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you contribute one monster. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Synchros. There it is. Also, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. So you contribute a monster, special summon this, banish it when it leaves the field. Alright, so graveyard, it can recur itself again, but you're still tributing it a monster, so I guess you could tribute tokens. It doesn't stop you from tributing tokens. Depends how you're going up your routes. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one spell/trap card that specifically lists the card Stardust Dragon and its text from your deck to the hand, and I bet there's going to be some new ones for that, and some old searching real quick in Dueling Book. Be sure to use that TCG player link in the description down below, costing you nothing extra to support the channel directly for the cards you'd already be buying if hunting down those cards. Let me try to digest this again. Is that the rest of the turn for this? For the rest of the turn, so you could still go link, 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 and then Syncro after a certain point. It doesn't just choke you in immediately, and this would be an extension play as a graveyard effect. So you could Dragon Link and then Dragon Sync. Stardust Trail, light dragon effect, level 4, 500/2000, kind of a freaking mommy. You can only use this card's first and second effects once per turn each. If this card is in your hand or graveyard and a monster or monsters you control is tributed, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. Ah, the card right above her tributes. If a warrior Syncro or Stardust Syncro monster is Syncro summoned using this card as a material, you can special summon a Stardust token. What? I just said tokens. Weird. And this is also a hand or graveyard. So we have extra combos for later. Wow, the recursiveness of this deck after you've already done what the deck's job could be. That's pretty cool. Let's see the big bad new boss monster, Shooting Majestic Star Dragon. When Dragon Syncro effect, level 11, 4000, 3300, Majestic Dragon, 1+ non-tuner monsters including a Dragon Syncro monster. Wow. Must be Syncro summoned. Will first be Syncro summoned, so you could resummon it later. Once per turn, you can negate the effects of one effect monster your opponent controls. Not a quick effect. Once per turn, you can negate. That's okay. For each Stardust Dragon and each Syncro monster that specifically lists that card in its text in your graveyard, this card can make an additional attack per battle phase. We've got a attack-based OTK Ender. once per turn, and when your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can banish this card until the end phase, and if you do, negate the activation, and if you do banish the card, yep, that would be the effect I was looking for when I was not impressed by the first effect. Instead, now we have negation, and then force reactive negation. Oh, dude, this is pretty big. Yeah, it still does the whole I phase out, very fair versus yours, but this card is pretty good. Alright, we've got Arriving Miracle, a continuous spell. When this card resolves, you can place one level 1 dragon monster from your hand or deck to the top of your deck. That's interesting. Stardust Dragon and Syncro monsters that specifically list that card in their text on the field cannot be returned to the extra deck. No bounce removal, no compulse from back in the day. If a Syncro monster or monsters is special summoned, you can apply one of these effects. Also, you cannot apply the same effect after Arriving a Miracle for the rest of the turn. Draw one card or special summon a tuner from hand. So you can either extend further onto the field. Synchro decks usually don't have that problem. Or you just straight up draw a card. That's pretty nice, Synchro draw. So it self-replaces and also gives you some extra things. And the card you draw can be one you stack on top. Pretty nice. This art is freaking awesome. Okay. Stardust Illuminate is a normal spell. You can only use this card's first and second effects once per turn. Send one Stardust monster from your deck to the graveyard, or if you control Stardust Dragon or a Syncro monster that specifically lists Stardust Dragon in its decks, you can special summon that monster instead. Send the Stardust monster from your deck to the graveyard. Stardust monster, so anything. If you control Stardust Dragon or a Syncro monster that lists, special summon that monster instead. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Reading's hard, kids. Then target one Stardust monster you control. Increase or decrease its level by 1. Okay, it's one of those effects that helps you achieve very specific extra deck stuff. I don't know. I'm still trying to comprehend this. I'm like stuttered right now. Send the Stardust monster from your deck to the graveyard. So it's like a Foolish Burial. You send it from deck to graveyard, and then they have effects. So I was like trying to wrap around how this could be good. If you control a Stardust Dragon, or you can special summon it to the field. So if you already have a Synchro established, you just cheat it out of the deck, special summon from deck, you're right there. Or you Foolish Burial it. So you would prefer to special summon it so you can do other plays like Link Summoning, and then start Synchro Summoning again if you haven't been Synchro locked. Majestic Absorption, normal spell. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Target a Stardust Dragon or Syncro monster that specifically lists that card in its deck, and activate one of these effects. Equip one face-up monster your opponent controls to the target. Wow. Okay, that's pretty big. That target can attack directly this turn. Each time that target destroys an opponent's monster by battle this turn, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. So, the big guy, the new one, if you're attacking everything, that would be extra helpful in the OTK. But this effect helps you take care of their board if you have not been able to force their negates. That's pretty cool. Finally, Majestic Mirage, a trap card, continuous trap card. I guess you always need one, right? If a face-up Stardust Dragon or Dragons or Synchro monster or monsters that specifically list that card in its text you control leaves the field to activate its own effect, or by its own effect, you can apply one of these effects. Also, you cannot apply the same effect of Majestic Mirage again for the rest of the turn. Special summon one of those monsters. Banish one monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard. All damage you take is half this turn, so you can avoid getting hurt real bad. You can banish a monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard. That seems like the best one, right? It leaves the field to activate its own effect specifically, so it's in your control also. So it's like a follow-up. That's pretty nice. So, like, if you have more of them, this gives even more power, but if you have any on in the first place, I feel like this is extra. You don't need it. Whereas the rest of the deck, really a lot more in your control. My thoughts overall are nice job. Like that this is the cover. Like that they went this way. Should help all the crying people saying, oh man, look at them juice TM, the game's dying. Yeah, joke's on you. Looks like straight after, I don't think they just shifted their plans on a dime because of that. Straight into it. is a 5Ds based pack going on Stardust Dragon, and I think that's freaking awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the conversations. I love this derpy little guy, and I will protect him at all costs. Machine Little Stardust. Okay, so like the Breeze still would be like kind of the original, and this is like a machine. I can't. That's a great new Syncron as well. I like the art for all this too. It seems like they worked really hard in creating it, and I'm kind of interested in playing a scrub deck if it is a scrub deck, but I think it could actually be pretty darn good by everything that I'm just starting to think of in my head right now. What do you guys think? Are you already combo formulating? I don't care, I'm gonna play it anyways, or are you like, 5Ds wasn't my thing? Let me know how you guys feel, but I think this is a great addition to the set. Also, another note, the last set was Chaz It Up, by the way, for people saying GX ain't getting enough love. Armed Thunder was literally the cover. Come on, dudes.